This video does contain theories and potential spoilers for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, so of course proceed with caution. Hello and welcome back to Jacob's Toys. Please do like, share, subscribe, all of those things. So the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer dropped during Super Bowl, and we've had TV spots, etc. And it is cram full of Easter eggs and potential spoilers for the film going forward. One of the biggest ones is obviously the introduction of the Illuminati. And there's been lots of talks and rumours about this, about Tom Cruise coming in as Iron Man, about obviously Captain Carter coming into real life, etc. But this is my setup. This is who I think is going to be in that Illuminati scene. And what I did is I grabbed a handful of my Marvel Legends figures and threw together a quick action figure photography picture of what I guess, or what I think the Illuminati is going to look like in Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Now, there are loads of videos out there breaking down particular scenes and particular Easter eggs and stuff popping up in the trailer, so do go and check out those by some of the other creators. This is just my idea of what I think the who the Illuminati is going to be made up of. Enjoy. So this is behind the scenes of my photograph. As you can see, I've got 6 main characters involved there. And whilst we take a look at the photograph, I'll explain my reasoning for putting these 6 particular characters in the shot. So here's the photograph, there we go. Now, as you can probably tell, I've used a diorama piece from Star Wars as the backdrop to kind of mirror what we saw in the trailer. Now, the trailer was obviously a big empty white room with lots of lit up pieces, but I thought I'd use a metal floor and the Star Wars diorama piece to kind of mirror that look. Now, obviously this isn't accurate to the trailer because it was a huge room with great big chairs, but that particular shot did inspire me to throw together this particular photograph. So who have I got in there and why? Let's first of all look at Cole Mordo. Now, we first saw his character in Doctor Strange, the original film, and we've seen him more recently in the trailer for Multiverse of Madness. Now, in the trailer he has got longer hair with dreadlocks. Unfortunately, the Marvel Legends figure that we have of him is very dated now, so I swapped the head out for that of Heimdall from the MCU, just because he had that longer beard and longer hair, and the skin tones matched up. So it's not completely accurate, but it is Mordo's body from the original Doctor Strange film. The reason I think that he will be part of the Illuminati is because we see him in the trailer in that very room fighting with Strange. Next is Mr. Fantastic, and it's rumoured that it is being played by Johan Griffith from the original Fantastic Four films. Now, I use this Marvel Legends figure of him because I like the version with a beard. I think he looks a little bit more wise, and I like the more modern black and blue suit. People have pulled the trailer apart and said that you can see the Fantastic Four logo on one of the figures sitting in the chairs. I don't know how accurate that is, but I think he's definitely going to show up, and this would be a great introduction to who the Fantastic Four are, giving us a variant of Reed Richards that we're familiar with before they introduce the new Fantastic Four in the upcoming movie. The next is obviously Professor Charles Xavier, as played by Patrick Stewart. Now, we kind of saw the back of his head and we definitely heard his voice, and I think again, the same as Reed Richards, it'd be great giving us a variant of Charles Xavier that we're familiar with before perhaps reintroducing the character in the MCU. This is the Marvel Legends figure that came out a year or 2 ago, and so it was a perfect fit. Next up would be Superior Iron Man, and the rumour is that he's going to be played by Tom Cruise. I used the Gamerverse Tony Stark head here on the Invincible Iron Man body, and I think it's a pretty decent match. So I'm really excited to possibly see this version of Iron Man in the MCU, and especially as part of the Illuminati. I think it'll be very exciting to see what Tom Cruise does with that variation or that variant of the character. The next member would be Captain Carter herself, played by Hayley Atwell. Now, we obviously saw her as part of the Marvel What If animation. However, there's a lot of rumours circulating that Hayley Atwell is going to return as Peggy Carter, and actually we're going to see the live action version of Captain Carter, and I think the Illuminati would be a perfect place to show her. It was also pointed out on the poster that Captain Carter's shield is in one of the fragments of glass, and I think there wouldn't be a better place to introduce the character other than in the Illuminati, and it would kind of tie in with the What If storylines as well. So far, every member of this group I am very excited to see on screen together. But the last member I think is going to be Defender Strange. He'll either be a part of the Illuminati or he's going to get killed, and therefore that's the reason the Illuminati have got in touch with the Doctor Strange that we know. This figure was released by Hasbro not too long ago with a really awesome portal effect, so it seemed fitting to include it in this setup. So there we go. That is my prediction of who those silhouettes and those shadows are in the chairs in that trailer, and who's going to make up the MCU Illuminati. Now, obviously, in the comic books, we've seen characters such as Namor and Black Bolt in the Illuminati as well as characters like Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, Iron Man, Doctor Strange. However, I don't think that they're going to introduce those characters to us in this scene. I think Black Bolt and Namor are going to have much bigger introductions. I think it's good to kind of introduce Fantastic Four and X-Men because we've had those previously in films, so they're characters that we're familiar with and they'll get the biggest audience pop. So that's my Illuminati prediction. That's my Illuminati photograph based off of the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer. Head over to my Instagram and you can take a closer look at this photo. It's at Jacobs_toys. And obviously any like, share, subscribes and follows are very much appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.